Good morning, student. Now we'll see basic of molecular biology. How does DNA copy itself? DNA make its copy itself by process of DNA replication, precede cell division. During the S phase of cell division, that is interphase of cell division, that replication takes place. This process include different events, that separation of DNA strand, then new complementary base pair are added, forming new strand, and after completion of DNA replication, there formation of two double helix, each containing one old strand of DNA and one new strand of DNA. Okay, so this replication of DNA takes place, and it's make its copy itself. Then here we can see the process of replication. Okay, uh, first here on that double stranded DNA on that hydrogen bond which present between two strand get breaks, and that on both strand that their formation of complementary strand, and finally their formation of uh, two daughter strand. Okay, daughter strand and parental strand, that parental strand, then parental strand and incoming in nucleotide, and their formation of two daughter strand. Okay, in this way this process we'll see in detail and next lecture. Then Michelson and Stals. Michelson and Stals provide the mechanism of DNA replication, that is called as semi-conservative mechanism. During replication of DNA, that formation of both two strands, and out of this that both strands having one old strand and one new strand. Here conservation of old strand takes place, so this is called as semi-conservative mechanism of replication. Grew bacteria and medium containing various radioactive nitrogen isotope. They separated DNA by density using dense viscous sugar solution. Okay, here we can see that experiment of Michelson and Stals. These bacteria were grown for many generation in medium containing only light nitrogen, that is for nitrogen 14. These bacteria were grown for many generation in a medium containing only heavy nitrogen 15. These bacteria were grown for many generation in a medium containing only nitrogen 15. Then switch of single generation to a medium containing only nitrogen 14. In all three experiments, the DNA was extracted from the bacterial cells and centrifuged in a solution of cesium chloride. The cesium chloride formed a density gradient, and heaviest at the bottom of the tube, the lightest at the top. DNA localized at a position within test tube at which the density of cesium chloride uh, was equal to density of DNA. DNA containing only light nitrogen form a band near the top of the tube. The DNA containing only heavy nitrogen form a band near bottom of the tube. DNA containing one strand of light nitrogen and one strand of heavy nitrogen form a band near center of the tube. This result Michelson stars prove that DNA replication is semi-conservative. According to this experiment, Michelson and Stals confirm that or prove that the replication of DNA takes place through a semi-conservative method, or the replication of DNA is semi-conservative, that newly formed strands having one old strand, newly formed DNA molecule having one old strand and another new strand. So that is called a semi-conservative replication. Then next is how is the information of DNA expressed. DNA. So to study this particular how information of DNA get expressed, we have to study genome and protein. The genome is the information to make protein stored in all the DNA of single set of chromosome. Okay, that's a single set of chromosome. There is of DNA, that is called a genome. That is blueprint of synthesis of protein, and proteins polymers made up of amino acid connected to end to end, that similar bits on string. Okay, that amino acid connected with each other with help of polypeptide bond or peptide bond. Okay, then chromosome containing DNA contain in the nucleus. DNA codes for construction of protein using intermediary molecule, that is ribonucleic acid or RNA. Then decoding information in DNA requires two processes, that is transcription and translation. Okay, that is these are the steps of protein synthesis. Then DNA versus RNA. RNA contains the sugar, that is ribose, and contains adenine, guanine, cytosine, and uracil instead of thymine. And RNA is single helix. DNA contain deoxyribose contain adenine, thymine, cytosine, and guanine, and DNA as double helix. Okay, this that building block of RNA as nucleotide, nitrogen nucleotide, and this nucleotide consists of ribose, sugar, phosphate group, and uracil or one of the nitrogen base, uracil, adenine, cytosine, or guanine. Then RNA is smaller, mobile, and degrade easily, travel from nucleus to cytoplasm. DNA as larger, immobile, paths that DNA larger and immobile last the life of cell, that remain up to the life of cell, and this reside in nucleus. DNA remain in nucleus. Okay, then types of RNA. There are different types of RNA: messenger RNA, rRNA, and tRNA. Messenger RNA, ribosomal RNA, and transfer RNA. This messenger RNA carries genetic information from DNA in nucleus to cytoplasm. Information is used to synthesize a protein. Then that messenger RNA having codon, that codons are three nucleotide sequence that codes for one amino acid. That triplet of nucleotide is called as codon. Okay, then types of different next type of RNA, that is transfer RNA, function as a interpreter, transfer amino acid to site where the information in the mRNA is being used to make protein. Okay, so this transfer RNA transfer amino acid at the site of protein synthesis. Then this tRNA having anticodon, three nucleotide sequence that is complementary to particular codon in mRNA. That anticodon are present at loop and other presence at loop. Okay, then rRNA, ribosomal RNA, that combines with uh, combine with proteins to form ribosome. Then ribosomes, that is site of translation. Then it has large subunit and small subunit. Okay, here we can see single rRNA molecule and that large subunit and small subunit of ribosome. Then protein synthesis, there are two process or two steps of protein synthesis: transcription that occur in the nucleus produces rRNA, and that is RNA, mRNA, and translation occurs in cytoplasm produce protein. Okay, here we can see transcription. Process of transcription, the RNA polymerase bind to DNA specific promoter sequence. The two strands of DNA are separated at a site near the promoter. Then complementary RNA nucleotide bind to only one of the exposed DNA strand. RNA polymerase join the RNA nucleotide together to form a chain. Then the RNA polymerase moved along the DNA, separating the strand and joining match RNA nucleotide as its goods. Then complete RNA at the end of the coding sequence, the RNA polymerase and the newly synthesized RNA leaves the DNA, the double helix closes again. Okay, then translation, to line up the appropriate amino acid in proper order requires mRNA, tRNA, and ribosome. Here we can see translation. A molecule of mRNA joined to the small subunit of ribosome. It is positioned so that first and second codons that encodes amino acids are carefully aligned on the small subunit. The first tRNA attached to its amino acid enters the translation apparatus followed by the large subunit of the ribosome. The anticodon region of the tRNA is aligned with the first amino acid coding on the mRNA. The second amino acid bearing tRNA enters the complex. Its anticodon region is complementary to the second codon on the mRNA. A peptide bond is formed between the two amino acids. The spent tRNA leaves the translation apparatus and ribosome shift to the next codon on the mRNA. The process continue and consider protein. This process continues until a stop codon is encountered. The completed protein leaves the ribosome. The mRNA and two ribosomal subunits dissociate. Both may be used again. Okay, this is what translation. Translation codons must be complementary to anticodon. Translation continues until ribosome encounters a stop codon. Then genetic codes. There are three nucleotides in mRNA codes for one amino acid. Some sequence serve as starting point. AUG codes for amino acid methionine, which also indicate to start translation. Some sequence do not have complementary tRNA, indicate to the ribosome to stop translation. Here we can see different codon genetic codes, and they can specify different amino acids. Then here in this way we have seen up to transcription and translation and genetic codes, and remaining part what makes cell different from each other, that we'll see in next lecture. Thank you.